Shotgun formation for quarterback Ja'Shawn Francis. A four-receiver set, trips to the near side right, single receiver to the far side left, one back, sidecar to the left of Francis. He'll take the snap, fakes the handoff, now throws, catch made, diving catch by Tiberius Horn. He's cut down at the 45. He'll move the chains for a Tiger first down.
You're tuned in to The Greg Ruffin Show, your weekly look inside Edward Waters College football. The Greg Ruffin Show is brought to you by Wingstop, where flavor gets its wings. By Nike, the official outfitter of EWC Athletics. Nike, just do it. By Rubenstein Law. Accident, slip, or fall? Call 1-800-FL-LEGAL. By Sam's Club. By Kelly Tours, the official transportation provider of the Tigers. By BSN Sports. By Edward Waters College. To find out how you can become a Tiger, log on to www.ewctigerpride.com. And by UF Health, the proud sports medicine partner of the Tigers. Now, alongside head coach Greg Ruffin, here is the voice of the Tigers, Joshua Jackson.
Tigers open up the 2019 season at home as they took on the Maroon Tigers of Morehouse College, falling just a bit short of the Maroon Tigers by a final score of 26-20. Welcome into the first Greg Ruffin Show of the 2019 season from our new home here at Wingstop by 9416 Arlington Expressway here on the south side of Jacksonville. Alongside the head coach Greg Ruffin, I'm Joshua Jackson. Coach, everything that led up to this point, let's go back 2 weeks ago where the Tigers, those late summer storms that kind of helped kept you from being on the football field, and the hurricane from last week and Hurricane Dorian really cutting into your preparedness time for the game against Morehouse. But to come up just 6 points short with just 2 days to practice, I know you're not much for moral victories, but it's something that you can definitely build on going into the remainder of this 2019 season.
Yeah, and I think it was a continuation of what happened even prior to us evacuating. We had about, out of 4 days, we had 3 days where we got ran out the practice field and had to go in the gym. So, when you get in the gym, it's kind of a situation where you really can't go full go. You can't really get any inside in, can't get any thumping in. Special teams, you really can't work on that. All they can do is call outs, things of that nature. So, you're talking about a period of about 11 days. We only got on the grass like 3 days, not to mention being gone 7 days apart, from your team. It was tough, but one of the things I can say, our guys showed a lot of heart, showed a lot of grit and effort, and we hung in there. We were in the game, to the end. So it was a phenomenal effort, just because of the situation that we had been under over the last 7 days.
You took on a Morehouse team that had a week up on you, had a game in hand as they had a tough loss in their season opener against Alabama A&M. But to go in and take on a team like Morehouse that has two players on the Black College Hall of Fame Player of the Year watch list, a great player in Santo Dunn, who was the preseason Player of the Year in the SIAC, and also the Conference Player of the Year from last year. And you also identified some guys this year that can definitely help you out with really getting things pushing forward into some positive realms here in this 2019 season.
Yeah, and I think, one of the things that, we kind of held them in check. They scored 2 touchdowns only on offense, 2 field goals. Defense did a great job of holding on those 2 particular drives. 2 field goals, and we're talking about a punt, that they recovered in the end zone after, Angel was trying to kick it out the back of the end zone to get 2. That's the difference in the game. To come up short that way, you never want to be able to lose a game on that kind of mistake. But I tell you what, it speaks volumes on how our defense stood up and played at times until they got our offense was able to come around and move the ball and make some plays at some opportune times.
Well, go ahead. We'll take our first time out here on the Greg Ruffin Show. When we come back, we'll get your first half highlights of the Tigers and Maroon Tigers from this past Saturday as you're watching the Greg Ruffin Show.
At Wingstop, we don't just make wings. We make wings worth obsessing over, because every order is made fresh. Every single time. We don't start till you say go. And we make sure it'll be worth that wait, just like we've been doing for more than 20 years. From atomic to lemon pepper, we make it our way. And in doing so, make it irresistible. Wingstop, the wing experts.
Out of the fire, I found the fire inside. It wasn't easy, but I learned the hard way, and let me tell you how. You don't know my pain, how far I came. Those days are gone, you cursed my name. I prayed to God and shine the sun. He gave me rain, I took that water and walked on it, marching harder than a million martyrs.
What if you could check off your whole shopping list and get your favorite products without ever waiting in a checkout line? At Sam's Club, you can use our super fast Scan and Go app to save big on the freshest produce, top quality meats like fresh cut USDA Choice Angus beef, all your must-haves, and unexpected finds. Skip the checkout lines and you're on your way so you can get back to living. Hurry in today and get amazing members-only savings. Not a member? Join today and try Scan and Go. It's Sam's Club.
Welcome back to the Greg Ruffin Show as we talk Edward Waters College football with head coach Greg Ruffin. Coach, let's look at the first half from this past Saturday's contest against Morehouse College. A tremendous festive atmosphere out at First Coast High School, our new home for the 2019 season. The whiteout, as you unveiled the new all-white jerseys and the all-white helmet, got a lot of rave reviews going into the game and a lot of excitement leading into the season opener.
Well, I think one of the biggest things that we wanted to do, we want to continue to do things and involve our program in terms of getting the excitement out there, getting our fan base and broadening it, and we want to expand our fan base to the point where, you know, we got a theme each and every week we come play at home. I really enjoyed the venue that we played, that we're going to be playing at this year. In terms of it's more expansive in terms of being able to parking, more seating, more room in the locker room. The press box is one of the better press boxes in the city. So we were able to be able to function the way we needed to function, and I think it'll serve its purpose this year before we move into our new football stadium on next year.
Absolutely. First half highlights of Edward Waters and Morehouse coming your way right now on the Greg Ruffin Show.
And about 7 balls are at around the 48-yard line. Takes the snap. It's complete. 30, 25, 20, 15, 10, 5. There is a touchdown for the Maroon Tigers of Morehouse College. He's making that reception is Tramel Gooden. And 3 at the 41 for Morehouse. Sims inside, throws over the middle, pass, batted down at the line and incomplete. They tried to fake the handoff. It was batted down at the line, incomplete.
That was.
He'll take the snap, makes the handoff, throwing near side. It's got it. Tigers are counting at the 35 to the 30, cutting back inside and cut down at around the 29-28-yard line. Tigers in business as Javante Jackson picks that one off for EWC.
Tip drill, great hands there by Jackson. I mean, he did a great job of seeing the ball in the air and.
Pistol formation. Twin receivers around the sign, 4-receiver set. High snap. He fakes the handoff, rolling over here to the right. Looks, throws. This one is incomplete. The gun is Brown. Pistol formation. Single receivers to either side. He'll take the snap. Back to pass, looking, throwing near side. This one is incomplete. As Gooden was matched up with Christian Hayes, and Christian Hayes breaks it up, incomplete. Snap, spot, kick up on the way. It is good. So a 30-yard field goal for Fernando Delamore extends the lead for the Maroon Tigers to 9-0.
What you want to be, you know, third and short. This is a makeable third down play if you can convert here.
Shotgun formation, they'll go 4 wide. 3 seconds, 2 seconds. He'll take the snap. Back to pass is Francis. Francis avoids defenders. Francis throwing deep. Looks for a man. It is touch. Reception made for EWC. Tiberius Horn once again. The 3-yard line will be second and goal from there. Now they'll line up in the gun. Francis takes a snap. Inside handoff to the back. He'll walk into the end zone. Touchdown EWC. Deshaun Hughie in the end zone for a touchdown for the Tigers.
Hey, when the old school power eye doesn't work, go back to the new school 4-receiver set, spread them out, and run it right up the middle. Great call by Coach Ruffin.
Tigers on the scoreboard.
First touchdown of the 2019 season.
Snap, spot, and fumbled the snap.
Edward Waters down 9-6 at halftime against the Maroon Tigers of Morehouse College. Coach, Looking at the halftime statistics, just about everything pretty even. I know the one thing that you wanted to really key on was really working on those penalties, because in that first half, you had a lot of drive-killing penalties that I know kind of hampered some of the things that you wanted to do there in that first half.
Yeah, we had 7 for 46, and I mean, for 7 penalties, 46 is not a lot of yards, but I mean, it seems as though anytime we got a big first down, we had that 5-yard penalty that took us out of contention in terms of what we're doing. So, we had three drive killers, in that first half in terms of what we were doing. So, I mean, there's some things that, with practice time, I contributed some of those times with not being able to have, the timing. We were off a little bit timing-wise, and that was to be expected. But, 7 for 46, I think that we probably lost about at least 10 points out the board because of those things, and maybe even 14.
Got an interception there in that first half with Javante Jackson. The transfer from Bethune-Cookman really stepped up. He really made a lot of plays all over that field for you. That was a big interception for you. Had a big time there in that first half.
Exactly. I think one of the things that you'll see is we're a better football team in the secondary, And, I mean, even to the point that I didn't even realize till after the game that Christian Hayes and Treon Patrick didn't even play the second half. And that just attributes to the depth that we have now in the secondary. And we didn't have that we weren't afforded that luxury last year. So having depth in the secondary is going to be key as we go down the stretch, start to see some of your passing offenses, your spread offenses. So, I mean, I'm kind of glad that we were able to get some guys in here from a transfer perspective. Treon transferred in from Alcorn State. Of course, Javante from Bethune-Cookman. So, I mean, and even our guys that played last year, they're better football players. And they've gotten better over the spring and the summer, and they got some guys pushing them. So, I mean, that tends to lend itself to being able to have quality depth going forward.
We'll take another time out. When we come back, we'll get your second half highlights of Edward Waters and Morehouse right here on the Greg Ruffin Show.
Hi, I'm attorney Robert Rubenstein, and this is Rubenstein's Rules for Personal Injury. Rule number 1. Get an attorney. When you or a loved one have been injured by another's negligence, an experienced attorney can make a huge difference. At Rubenstein Law, we will find all of the insurance, make sure your injuries are documented, and work to get you the best result. While each case is different, a well-known insurance company's own study showed people with a lawyer, on average, got more money. Call Rubenstein Law at 1-800-FL-LEGAL.
This is Norman Miller. Last year, he had a heart attack and received 2 life-saving stents. This is Dominic Angiolillo. At UF Health, his research predicts how patients will respond to medicines after surgery. Dominic is a big reason Norman's less likely to have another heart attack, even if he never knows it. And it's invisible connections like these that help us move medicine forward with every patient we serve.
Edward Waters College is thriving in an era of emerging eminence, and our legacy is rooted in our history of giving. We at EWC are honoring this great legacy by celebrating our annual Giving Day Fund, which supports services for our students. Our 90-day early giving launch begins Monday, August 27th, and will culminate on Giving Tuesday, November 27th. Because EWC was founded in 1866, we're asking all stakeholders, all supporters, to take our 1866 challenge. Give in increments of 1866. Give to EWC. Give to the 1866 legacy, and give to another 152 years of emerging eminence.
Welcome back to the Greg Ruffin Show. Tigers down 9-6 at the half. Coach, going into the second half, what was your message to the team? You're getting ready to take on Morehouse there in that second half.
Don't flinch. I mean, we thought we were in the ball game. They knew we were in the ball game, and we were right where we wanted to be. We were in a position to win the ball game going into the third quarter. So we were just, in a sense, we were in a position to still be competitive, keep grinding this thing out. And I just told them, hey, we're right where we want to be. We're in the fight, so let's keep swinging,
Second half highlights coming your way right now here on the Greg Ruffin Show.
Shotgun formation for quarterback Ja'Shawn Francis. A 4-receiver set. Trips to the near side right. Single receiver to the far side left. One back. Sidecar to the left of Francis. He'll take the snap. Fakes the handoff. Now throws. Catch, man. Diving catch by Tiberius Horn. He's cut down at the 45. He'll move the chains for a Tiger first down. High snap goes over Sevier's head. Sevier will kick it out.
Oh, my goodness.
And this will be a touchdown.
Oh, my goodness.
Touchdown, Morehouse.
Oh, goodness.
Gain of 2 on the play. Ball moved up to the 38-yard line. Second down and 8. Takes a shotgun snap. Throws over the middle. Catch me. Tiberius Horn with room. Tiberius Horn at the 40-yard line. He's cut down right there. Tiberius Horn moves the chains for a Tiger first down. The sophomore from the 305 puts the Tigers in business.
Let's see if after the first down, if they pick up a little tempo, Horn comes out to get a quick drink of water and back on the Tigers.
The snap, handoff, Santo Dunn. Dunn breaking a tackle. Dunn is going to break tackles and get into the end zone for a touchdown. Great individual effort there by Santo Dunn.
Just slipped out of the hands of a couple of defenders. They had him, and he just does what he does.
First and 10 for the Tigers at the 25. Branch takes the snap, throws near side. David Beeks at the catch. Beeks at the 30. Beeks cut down at the 25-yard line. David Beeks, the senior from Jacksonville, moves the chains on a big passing play and a first down for EWC. At the 12 of Morehouse. Tigers moving right here. Rashard Branch will work from the gun. He'll take the snap. Hand off to the back and Malik Stevens. Stevens turns the corner. Stevens 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Touchdown, Edward Waters.
Great blocking by the wide receivers on that side. Great blocking. Nobody called for holding. Clean touchdown. And that's a big drive. 2 big plays for the Tigers.
Malik Stevens, the transfer from Miles College, a 12-yard rushing touchdown, puts the Tigers back on the board. Still a lot of ball game here from the Shipyard with 1:20 left to go here in the third quarter. And the Tigers now down 23-12. High formation here for Edward Waters.
0 for 1 last time they tried this. Go on the other end of the field. Let's see if they can punch it in this time.
Francis under center, takes a snap, turn hand to the back, coming over to the near side, pushes away in, touchdown Edward Waters. Touchdown EWC is on the carry for the Tigers. I believe that's Tristan Gunter into the end zone for an Edward Waters touchdown.
Let's get crazy for the Tigers.
Yeah, I saw a few Maroon Tigers standing up on that, and that's not what you want to do on the goal line. You don't want to be caught standing up because you will get run over.
Tigers come up just 6 points short. Final score, Morehouse 26, Edward Waters 20. Coach, a valiant effort by your ball club, holding Santo Dunn to just under 100 yards rushing. Again, identified some guys that could really help you out, especially offensively. Tiberius Horn, 5 catches, 114 yards in that contest for the sophomore from Miami. He really made some big plays for you there in that offensively for you.
He did, and I think one of the things is, having a guy step up like he did, playing 2 young quarterbacks, with Branch and Francis, and even though they played through some mistakes, they continued to stay in the fight. And that was the biggest thing. When we came in, we said, hey, we're not gonna flinch. One of the things is with us moving up to and playing the Division II and some of the 1AAs or FCS football programs that we're playing is, what kind of moxie are we going to show? Are we going to keep swinging? This little old NAIA program down here in Jacksonville. We want people to know when they play us, that they're going to have their hands full. Our theme is, we're trying to breed tough guys here. I think, if you're a tough football program, man, it can get you out of some circumstances that you didn't even know that existed. And I think our guys showed that the other night. They showed an ability to be tough in some of the most adverse situations, and we almost got out of this thing alive. So I was very pleased with the effort. We ain't where we want to be, but we sure ain't where we were, and I think we got a long ways to go. But if that's the start of things to come, then I'm very proud of what this program has the potential to be at the end of the season.
A couple more notes offensively. David Beeks with a nice catch there, 1 catch for 51 yards, but that was a big catch there in the late stages of that contest. But the guys rushing the football, I know a couple of guys who were very excited to see get some action there. Uviki Fields had a couple of big runs there. Malik Stevens with a touchdown as well, the transfer from Miles College. Davon Bryant, some other guys there getting some work in the backfield. You've got a stable of backs that can really get things done there from the running back spot.
Yeah, if you think about the last touchdown we got in the power I, and we took starting linebacker who was also a heck of a running back in high school, and we turned him into a power back, and he crashes in for a touchdown. So you got 2 freshmen and a transfer junior that scored. So I mean, we had 3 touchdowns rushing. I'm proud of that. I don't think we had last year. We had a game where we had 3 touchdowns rushing, or it might have been just one game, But to start out like that, and Morehouse has got a talented football team. They almost got out of that thing alive against Alabama A&M. And in talking with their coach, Richard Freeman, after the game, he said, "Coach, you guys got a heck of a football team tonight at practice." He said, "Man, y'all played us better than Alabama A&M." And he said, "You're going to see it in the stats." So, I mean, what does that say for us going forward? It just shows what our potential is. Does it mean that we'll be at that level this week when we go to Southern? We'll see. We got to keep trying to match our intensity and then overdoing and doing it in a sense where we're trying to get better and reach just a little bit farther each week.
Cameron McLean leading the team in tackles last week with 8 tackles. Jalen Thomas with 5. Again, you had that interception from Javante Jackson.
Right.
That defense really beginning to show some things there this year under the new defensive coordinator, Antoine Manning.
Yeah, Coach Manning did a great job with those guys, and I think one of the biggest things that having not practiced, as much as we, didn't get it in, we did a great job in the open field. I mean, Santo Dunn's longest rush was 11 yards. So we did a great job in the open field. And a lot of times when you play that first game of the season, those are some of the things that you really end up pinpointing. Did we tackle well in space? I thought our guys did a great job of running and making some tackles in space. And so we look forward to going to Southern and seeing, how we can match our wits and test our mettle against the Southern Jaguars. And we'll see how this thing turns out.
We'll take another break here on the Greg Ruffin Show. As we go to break, take a look at some scores from around the world of HBCU football. And when we come back, we'll preview this weekend's game against the Southern Jaguars. If you're watching the Greg Ruffin Show.
Be on hand to witness the renewal of an ages-old HBCU gridiron rivalry. It's the inaugural AME Football Classic taking place on Saturday, October 12th at 3 o'clock p.m. in Jacksonville, Florida. Head coach Greg Ruffin and the Edward Waters College Tigers take on head coach Teddy Keaton and the Allen University Yellow Jackets. For a limited time only, take advantage of our early bird ticket special at $15. For more information, call 904-470-8276 or log on to ewctigerpride.com.
At Wingstop, we don't just make wings. We make wings worth obsessing over because every order is made fresh. Every single time. We don't start till you say go. And we make sure it'll be worth that wait, just like we've been doing for more than 20 years. From atomic to lemon pepper, we make it our way. And in doing so, make it irresistible. Wingstop, the wing experts.
Out of the fire, I found a fire inside. It wasn't easy, but I learned the hard way, and let me tell you how. You don't know my pain, how far I came. Those days are gone, you cursed my name. I prayed to God and shine the sun. He gave me rain, I took that water and walked on it, marching harder than a million martyrs. My plan through a pen, no ID on the track, let the story begin.
Final segment time here on the Greg Ruffin Show. Coach, our player of the week this week goes to Tiberius Horn. 5 catches, 114 yards for the sophomore from Miami. A tremendous game there in his first contest of the season.
Did a great job. I think one of the things you're starting to see is his competitive edge. Last year, he had a penchant for dropping the easy one and catching the hard one. The other night he he caught some hard ones and caught some more hard ones. So, I mean, we're very proud of him and his progress in the program, and we're just expecting big things from him this year.
Again, Tiberius Horn, our player of the week for the contest against Morehouse College. Well, let's look forward to this week's contest. We go on the road to Baton Rouge, to Jaguar land, as we take on the Southern University Jaguars. Dawson Odoms has a tremendous ball club out there in Baton Rouge, Louisiana. They're expected to make some waves in the SWAC, and it's another, kind of measuring stick game for you here at EWC against a Division I opponent in the Jaguars of Southern University.
Oh, yeah, he's done a great job over there. I mean, he's a good friend of mine. We've been knowing each other for years. Of course, they lost to Alcorn last year in the SWAC championship game. He has a very, very, very veteran-laden ball club coming back, and he dropped a close one to McNeese State to open up the year, and then had they were 28-24 against Memphis. They gave up 2 special teams touchdowns. I mean, they played them to the wire. I mean, if you take away those two kickoff or those 2 punt returns against Memphis, I mean, they're in the game to the end. We're talking about a Memphis team that beat Ole Miss, a couple of weeks prior to open up the season. So we're going to have our hands full. I mean, they have over 35 to 40 kids that's in their 3rd or 4th year in that program. So it's one of those things where you got a veteran ball club playing against a team that's, really in its 2nd year of kind of putting this thing together. So, I mean, we're just going to see if we can get in that thing and continue to fight and see how tough we are, make as few mistakes as we possibly can. I think we can get out the field on 3rd down, and that we can force them into some punting situations and things of that nature, and keep it close and put ourselves in a position to be hanging around in the 4th quarter. We might have a fighting chance down there in Baton Rouge.
When you take on teams at that level that may have more money, more facilities, that sort of thing, and you're speaking with your team. I know the game that we played last year against North Carolina Central, one of the messages that you told your team was, if you feel like you're a Division I player, this is an opportunity for you to show it. And this year your team's going to have 2 opportunities against 2 Division I teams to show that if you're a Division I player, you got an opportunity to show it here. If you're overlooked, this is your time to show it now.
That's right. If you are who you say you are, you got a chance to prove it. I mean, that's the biggest thing. What do you think you are as a player? Do you think you were overlooked? As you said, that was one of my things last year. We went out in North Carolina Central and we didn't play well for the first half, and then you came out and then basically in the 4th quarter, we're playing so many freshmen, you started to see us get our bearings about ourselves, and we drive down and we scored 2 touchdowns in the 4th quarter. So, I mean, we could have had that kind of effort in the first, but it was kind of like in one sense where they got out and they kind of wooed a little bit in terms of the atmosphere and things like that. And I just told them, I've been telling them all week, and when it comes to HBCU football, there ain't but 2 or 3 places that you're going to see that make you say, man, this is awesome. And I tell people all the time, it's in the SWAC. Jackson State and Southern is two of the places that, when you walk in there, you're going to see 25, 30, 40, 50, 60,000 people. And I mean, they do a good job of putting on a show down there. And we're just happy that we got a chance to go down there and they get a chance to see what we're made out of, and we get to test our mettle. And we'll see how this goes. Like I said, by no stretch of the imagination are we going to go down there and lay down. We're going to go down there and compete, and we're going to give it our best.
And this particular Saturday's game begins a stretch of 4 games on the road away from Jacksonville.
Right.
We had a situation kind of similar last year where we came just short from going 4-0 on the road in our first stretch last year. I know you want to definitely have that same mentality as we go on the road to begin this 4-game stretch.
Exactly. At the end of the day, it's just another game. We can't get caught up in all the pomp and circumstance. It's just another game. And that's what we tell our guys. It's just another game. You know what I'm saying? And as long as we keep that mentality, it's just another game, and you can block out all that other stuff that goes on outside of that field, man. It's just football. It's only football.
Kickoff will be 7 o'clock p.m. Eastern Time, 6 o'clock p.m. Central. We'll have the game aired on the EWC Sports Network. Take a look at our Facebook page as well as our website at ewctigerpride.com to find out where you can listen to this week's game against the Jaguars of Southern University. Also, don't forget, each Wednesday between 2 p.m. and 4 p.m. we'll be here at Wingstop at 9416 Arlington Expressway as we talk Edward Waters College football with the head coach, Greg Ruffin. Thanks to our friends here at Wingstop for allowing us to come out here, and thank you for watching this week's edition of the Greg Ruffin Show. For the head coach, Greg Ruffin, and for all those making this broadcast possible, I'm Joshua Jackson. We'll talk to you again next week for another exciting episode of the Greg Ruffin Show.